Greetings, science fiction and fantasy enthusiasts. You're listening to No Deodorant in Outer Space. Now, let's get started.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Ryan Sean O'Reilly for No Deodorant in Outer Space. Joining me is Richard Mell and David Wilkinson.
Hello.
This is a preview episode for our forthcoming podcast on The Lathe of Heaven, a book written by Ursula K. Le Guin, which came out in 1971, and a movie by the same name that came out in 2002. And there was actually also a TV version that came out in 1980.
So The Lathe of Heaven is basically about a guy who has this menial job drafting things. That means drawing, engineering, construction documents and, machine documents and stuff. He starts to have dreams that affect reality. And he can't control his dreams, and every day is different because of what he thought of last night. So it's pretty chaotic. He starts to see this psychologist, and I don't know how he is able to maintain any kind of consistency with the same person when he's dreaming a different dream every night, which is affecting reality, but he continues to see this guy from day to day, and this guy starts to direct his dreams, and he starts to harness his power, and it's all about kind of like, what is the agenda of the psychologist?
That's a crazy premise. And and the thing is, I'm looking for the reader based on that premise, but in all seriousness, I had trouble getting past the name. And because
The Lathe of Heaven?
Well, no, I mean, I didn't know what a lathe was, and I still don't really understand what a lathe is, and I kept thinking, what's a lathe?
That whole word was botched, and there's this whole Wikipedia controversy about how it was mistranslated, and they put it right up front, like it was,
Well,
so.
And I want to do a little feature we haven't done on these previews yet. We're going to get a man in the street and see if he knows what a lathe is either. So I'm going to call someone and see if they know what a lathe is. Because, I thought it was a name that a douchebag would give their son if they had a pit bull, too.
Hey, Lathe, get out of there, Lathe!
Hey, Trevor, Lathe! Tristan! No, it's not. Do you have a son named Tristan? Probably not, right?
Tristan, that sounds like an elven name.
Well, he's not. Okay, so my man is just not answering. He's got another man in the street here. That's great.
That bit failed.
Damn. Is that
Joe? Hey, it's Dave. Joe, we have a question for you. Okay? We're all partying here. Do you know what a lathe is?
A what?
A lathe. Laith. What is a lathe?
also pronounced lathe or lathe?
I'm in a contest here. I don't think anybody knows what it means. That's why I was calling you, because we don't. It's what?
I think it's for wood.
Okay, I was saying. Damn it! I was saying lathe is the name you give your son if you're a douchebag and you own 3 pit bulls. So I don't know. That's damn it. So you know what it is, huh? What? Are you at a drive-thru?
I don't know what it is. That's just the best guess.
No, it's. What are you guys doing?
And your brother seemed so smart when I met him. You know, he doesn't even know what that means.
Is that Peter? Hi, Peter. Hey, can we get Peter on the phone?
Yeah, let's get Peter on the phone.
Yeah.
We'll record this for the podcast too, by the way.
It's a machine for shaping wood, metal, or other materials.
You're a machine for shaping wood.
Hang up. Hang up.
Well, come on.
All right, love you guys.
Hey,
love you.
we're doing a podcast live on the air.
All right, thanks, guys.
Live on the air.
That was our first Man in the Street preview. It's pretty cool.
It went swimmingly. So now do you know that you were able to phone a friend? What's your final answer?
I'd say lathe, douchebag, bull joke again. Probably doesn't vaccinate. I don't know.
No, we have some kind of issue with pit bull?
Yeah, I don't like pit bulls. Or people that have them. Rick, do you have a pit bull?
Never did, but
He's
I
got
live
3.
around many pit bulls.
I just don't like pit bulls owners.
I don't either. And I love my owners because they're my neighbors.
Are they the wrong kind of people, though? You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. I can't talk about that on the podcast, but they're
okay,
extremely gentle and kind
When I say the
people.
wrong kind of people, I mean, like, do they wear, like, Ed Hardy t-shirts? Do they get too excited about the 4th of July?
They party down.
They party down. I mean, okay.
You know, they have those sensibilities, which I do as well. So,
as do we, because we're here. We are recording. What are we even talking about? It's the Lathe of Heaven.
I thought
are we
were
even
talking
recording
about.
right now?
I thought we were.
Not at all.
Aren't we recording pit bulls and how to train them for
Ryan,
dummies? Isn't that what we're reading this month? Pit bulls for dummies.
What about lovebirds?
Don't get me started on lovebirds. You'll never make it out of this room.
Well, the way things are going, All right.
So I will invite our listeners to tune in later this month when we discuss the Lathe of Heaven and see if Wilk finally has figured out what a lathe is.
Get lathe.
For more information on the topics discussed in this episode, or to read our show notes and find us on social media, visit NoDeodorant.com. Thanks for listening to our show, and always remember, there is no deodorant in outer space.